Behind a lot of the apps you use and pretty much all the big businesses you deal with, there's this silent giant called Tata Consultancy Services, or TCS. Today, we're going to decode how this absolute tech behemoth was built, and more importantly, why it's now learning a completely new dance for the age of AI. To really get your head around the sheer scale of TCS, let's just start with a couple of numbers. First up, its annual revenue. It recently blew past a massive milestone, $30 billion. I mean, to put that in perspective, that is more than the entire GDP of some countries. And then there's its workforce. We're talking over 600,000 employees. That makes it one of the largest private sector employers on the entire planet. That's a population bigger than a lot of cities. So the big question is, how on earth did this giant get so big? Okay, so at its core, you can think of TCS as the hidden engine for so many of the world's biggest businesses. From the banks you use to the stuff you buy online, chances are TCS technology is humming away in the background, keeping things running and helping those companies get ready for the future. And TCS is a truly global force. They offer this huge menu of services. It's way more than just writing code. They have this unique model that combines experts on site with massive teams working remotely, and honestly, it's become the benchmark for the entire software industry. We'll get into that in a second. So how is this engine actually built? Well, it's not about quick one-off projects. No. TCS weaves itself into the very fabric of these huge organizations. They build these long-term partnerships that create a super stable, recurring flow of revenue. This chart here really shows their strategy. You can see they're diversified across a ton of different sectors. But look at that big slice of the pie, the finance and insurance industry. That's their powerhouse. It makes up nearly a third of their total revenue. And where is all this money coming from? Well, primarily from the world's most developed markets. But look at North America. It's the absolute dominant player, accounting for almost half of their entire business. That deep foothold in the world's largest economy is a huge part of their success story. Now, the real secret sauce is their delivery model. They perfected this kind of hybrid approach. Think of it like this. You have consultants working on-site, face-to-face with clients in places like New York or London, while this massive, brilliant development team works remotely from India. This combination lets them handle huge, complex projects super efficiently and, of course, very profitably. So this whole business model has built what you can only describe as a fortress of stability. It's designed to be incredibly durable, even when the global economy gets a little shaky. Let's take a look at the foundations of that fortress. First up, a long and proven history. Seriously, TCS was not an overnight success. From its founding over 50 years ago as part of the legendary Tata Group to its landmark IPO back in 2004 and all its recent milestones, this company has been built for the long haul. And second, they consistently outperform their competition. It's not just that TCS is way bigger in revenue. Look at the operating margin. That's basically how much profit they make from their core business. It's industry leading. That points directly to some incredibly disciplined, sharp execution. And finally, there's the deep financial strength and the brand trust that just comes with being part of the Tata Group. I mean, a debt-light balance sheet and a focus on these long-term contracts give it the resilience to just power through economic downturns way better than most. But here's the thing. In today's world, stability just isn't enough. The ground is shifting under everyone's feet because of technology. So now, let's see how this giant is pivoting towards the next big wave, artificial intelligence. The company's leadership has set an incredibly bold new direction. And look, this isn't just some corporate jargon. This is a flat-out declaration of a fundamental shift from being a services-first company to becoming an AI-first company. And you got to understand, their strategy isn't just about chasing immediate AI revenue or buzzwords. It's a much deeper recalibration. They are focused on building expertise first, training hundreds of thousands of their employees, and developing new solutions before they really scale up the sales effort. It's a long-term play. And listen, they are absolutely putting their money where their mouth is. They're building this massive pipeline of AI projects and partnering up with the biggest names in tech to make sure they're leading this transformation from the front. This really represents a fundamental shift in their identity. They're moving from the world of predictable, slow, and steady IT maintenance to the dynamic, high-growth world of the future. A future powered by things like agentic AI, that's AI that can actually act independently, and smart manufacturing. Okay, so let's zoom out. What is the big picture here? After looking at its scale, its business model, and this huge pivot to AI, what's the key takeaway you should have about TCS? It's really a classic story of evolution. You have this stable, disciplined giant built on decades of execution that's now attempting its most significant pivot yet. It's using the safety and the resources of its fortress to fund a bold expedition into a brand new world. And this leaves us with one final, fascinating question. The foundation is solid, right? The strategy is ambitious, but the future of AI demands a totally new kind of speed and agility. So can this giant, known for its stability and strength, learn how to dance? Well, that is the billion-dollar question.